Today we're at Randwick Race Course and we'd like to highlight an issue. It's been advertised that Chinese nationals, all they need to do is show their passport and they get free entry. Now that's discrimination, that's racism. We always hear about Australians being racist, this manufactured platform, but in most cases it's absolute rubbish. But here we have the Australian Turf Club at Randwick giving free entry to people who hold Chinese passports. Now we're going to go and ask a few questions and ask them why they're so racist against Australians. So on the paperwork here, Chinese passport holders can enjoy free entry to the racecourse by simply showing their passport at the gates. I've got my Australian passport here. This is an act of racism. I'm going to ask this gentleman here why this is the case, why Chinese can get free entry into the racecourse today, which is just absolutely bollocks, you know? Excuse me, mate, I have a question. Mate, why is this event being advertised? Why can Chinese get into this event free of charge and Australians can't? This is an act of racism. I'd like to know why. This is a complete act of racism. People are always saying about Australians being racist. And here we have the Australian Turf Club saying that Chinese nationals with Chinese passports... No, they don't. Where is it advertised? Australian passport holders only. Don't lie. This is racism. This is absolute racism. This is racism. The Australian Turf Club is being racist against Australians. Chinese can get in free, Australians get in nothing. Absolute racism. I'd like to know why Australians can't get in for free, Chinese passport holders can get in for free. This is an act of racism. It is, it's an act of racism. Imagine if it was a day that only Australian passport holders could get in. This is an act of racism. I'd like to know why, well tell me why the Chinese are being given preference, that Chinese passport holders, I'd like to know why Chinese passport holders can get in for free.
It's a special event that we're having today for
what about a special event for Australians?
Do you have a Chinese passport at all?
No, I don't. This is racism.
Just
this
come
is
through,
racism.
sir, that's fine.
No, I'd just like to ask why. I'd like to know why.
Do you want to come in or not, sir? Because I'm about to
I've got a question here. Why is the Australian Turf Club? Why are you guys racist? Why are you racist against Australians? Australian passport holders, we're being ejected from here because we're Australians. This is an act of racism. This is an act of racism. Randwick Race Course is a racist institution against Australians. It's a racist institution. Yes. I'm talking about the Australian Turf Club. So why is a turf club today Chinese nationals can turn up with a passport and they get free entry? That's not racism.
No, because
is that racism? That is racism. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's racism. They're getting preference. No, it doesn't. It is racism. But what's your definition of racism?
We gotta go.
Okay. Don't push me. No, you're being racist. You're giving preference to the Chinese and supporting that argument. You're racist. Oh, God. Yeah, there you go. You're racist, so what? So what? It's not about a personal thing. It's about the Australian Turf Club being racist against Australians. I would like to know why. I would like to know why. I would like to know why. I would like to know why the Australian Turf Club is racist against Australians.
We're not racist.
Yes, you are.
You are taking this for what reason?
Free of entry today.
Just tell your
Chinese
friend
passport. If I've got an Australian passport,
it's not right.
That's racism. Blatant racism.
Yeah.
That's modern Australia. Modern Australia, racism against Australians, against white Australians. Yeah. We just proved a point that the Australian Turf Club is a racist institution against Australians today. We've got a day on, the Chinese Festival of Racing, and you can get free entry if you've got a Chinese passport. If you've got an Australian passport, no free entry. That's a double standard. And here we go. Look at that, that says it all, Chinese Festival of Racing. What next under multiculturalism? We're going to have the Islamic Festival of Racing, we're going to have the African Festival of Racing, the Pacific Islander, we're going to have everything. Well, we proved today that the Australian Turf Club is a racist institution. The CEO should pull his head in. Darren Pearce, how dare he give preference to Chinese, passport holders. Chinese can get in today for free, which is just, just a sign of the times that we live in today, that different ethnic groups get preference over Australians. And in a mark of respect, I'd like to sort of put this Chinese flag on the ground and say, look, we're sick and tired of the invasion, we're sick and tired of the preference given to these people. And the Australian Turf Club, you should wake up Stop the racism against Australians. We're sick and tired of it.